Okay, welcome to Daily 3D Revolve. Today I'm going to be doing a Design Spark mechanical tutorial, and I'm going to be showing you how you can take your existing STL files and how you can put them in a scene and make them look nice in a photograph. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to open up a friction folder that I had created a while back, and we're going to do the demonstration and tutorial on with that file. Okay, so first we're going to go ahead and open the file, and then we're going to we'll go to the view up here. Let's click on friction folder. We're going to go to the right view, or actually let's go to top. Sorry about that, top. Then we're going to do control minus, then we're going to do select everything. I want to do two of these, so we're going to go to move. We're going to hold down control key, let's drag this down. Okay, now we want to click till we select just the blade. Now I want to go to move. We're going to move this over to the center there, and then we're going to go ahead and grab that blue, and we're just going to spin this around. So I want the scene to have an open blade and one that's partially closed. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and go to let's go to isometric. Okay, so this looks pretty good here, like this. So now we're going to go to the right view. Oh, actually, let's go to front. Okay, we'll go to the front view. Let's go control minus. We're going to come over here to sketch. We're going to grab the rectangle tool. And then we're going to define from center. For some reason, it's not letting me draw this. Let's go to sketch again. Yeah, I'm not really sure why it's not going to sketch right. All right, let's go ahead and let's put a plane in here. Click that plane there. Okay, that'll be good, and then we'll just draw from our plan. So we'll go ahead and click the plane, go to plan view, then we're going to go sketch. We're going to go ahead and get the rectangle tool. We'll go ahead and define here from center, and then we're just going to click over here, and we want to drag a pretty long rectangle out there, maybe 330, and then we're going to click right there. Now we're going to come up here to end sketching, and then we're going to go ahead and spin this. And now we want to go ahead and go to pull. We're going to select right there, then we're going to go to pull from both directions, and we're just going to drag this out decent amount. Okay, now we'll go ahead and spin this. This looks pretty good here. Now we're going to go ahead and get rid of this. Go ahead and spin this. Let's go to the front view. Okay, we're going to select both these blades, and then we're going to go to move, and then we're going to drag them down so they're kind of sitting on that plane that we created on the bottom there. Okay, now we're going to go to select. We'll go ahead and spin this. Now we want to add one up here for the side or the back. So we're going to click on that face. We're going to go to plan view. Let's get the rectangle. Let's go to sketch. Let's get a rectangle. We're going to come here from the corner, and then we're going to drag one over here like this. Doesn't have to be super thick. Then we're going to go end sketch. We'll go to 3D isometric. Actually, I wanted it to be over here, but yeah, let's see here. Let's undo that. Let's undo. Let's go back to end sketch. Let's go to the isometric view. I'm going to grab the knives. Then I'm going to rotate them. So they're going to go. We're going to grab that blue there. and we're going to rotate them 90. Okay, so now we have them going this way, so we have more room to put our texture on there. So now we're going to click here and go to plan view. Let's go control minus. Let's go ahead and select everything. I'm going to rotate this. Let's go to move. Let's grab that there, rotate this around. Let's rotate it around this way. Something like this. Now we're going to go click there, go to plan view. Let's go to sketch. Let's go to the rectangle. Let's go ahead and the corner is good, and then we'll just go from corner to corner there with our rectangle. We'll go end sketch. Then we're going to go to the isometric. We're going to grab that piece, and then we're going to drag it up. Let's go 300 on this one too. And then we'll select to click off. So basically what we've created is a we don't really want this to be this thick. Not that it matters, because you're not going to really be able to see it, but we'll just make it thinner. So basically we have a bottom part here, and then we have a backdrop, and then we have our knife sitting there. This is how I want it to be. So we'll go ahead and actually let's move these knives. Oops, let's go ahead and find them first. Okay, let's go to move. Then we're going to grab that green and we're going to pull them down closer to here, right there. Okay, so now we're going to do the save as. So we'll go to save as. We're going to change the type there to STL, and then we're going to do desktop, friction folder, new, and then we'll go ahead and save. Now we're going to minimize this. Now we're going to take our friction folder into Rhino 7. Excuse me. And now we're going to go OK here in millimeters. Then we'll go, this is OK here. We'll double click on perspective. Now we're going to click there and we're going to go to explode, because we want two pieces. We want a bottom piece and then we want the top piece. So we're going to go ahead and click that bottom piece. Come over there to plus, import from library. Now we're going to go ahead and go, thinking a metal would be really good texture to have there. Let's go to textured metal, and we'll just do maybe a cast iron. Let's see how that's going to look. We'll right mouse click, assign to objects. Now we're going to click there, and then we're going to go ahead and add another texture. So import from library. We're going to create a product design, and we're going to add the carbon fiber. I'm going to right mouse click, assign. Okay, now we're going to go to the view up here and come down to ray trace. So we have our piece that we want. Let's go ahead and go to the globe, and then we're going to, we'll keep it like that. This is supposed to be, let's go ahead and zoom. So we're gonna we're gonna go ahead and go type in zoom, hit enter, check on dynamic, and then we're gonna click and drag so this is up a little bit. And the one thing we want to do is we want to rotate this so this is straight right here, because when we take a picture we're going to take it on a straight view. So now we're going to go zoom again, go to dynamic, and we're going to click there and just scroll up. And now we're going to go, we want this to do these blades. So click both the blades. We're going to come over here to the materials. Then we're going to go plus, import from library. We're going to go to metal, and then we're going to go to satin. Then we're going to scroll down and we're going to do titanium. Then we're going to do right mouse click, assign. Okay, so here's our blades here with one open, one partially closed. Now we're going to do these. I'm going to put a, let's see what they look like with carbon fiber on there. Yeah, let's try that right mouse click assign. Let's see how that's going to look. That don't look too bad. And then we'll go ahead and do this one. Right mouse click assign. Not crazy about this texture here, so we're going to change that. So let's just go to let's go to the plus here, go to import from library, and then let's do a glass. So this is reflective. So we'll do like a dark blue glass. Let's see what this is going to look like. Right mouse click assign. Let's do let's go ahead and do a zoom. So we'll go type in zoom again, and we'll select dynamic. We'll click and drag so this is out. This looks kind of interesting with the glass texture there. Let's go to lighting and see if it makes a difference. So we'll go here, do a sunlight. I actually like this. So let's go, we're going to go to zoom one more time. We're going to zoom dynamic, and then we're just going to kind of scroll up right here. The only thing that I don't like is this carbon fiber blade. I'm going to change those. We're going to put on a wood texture. So we'll go to the textures. Let's go to scroll down, hit the plus, go to import. Then we're going to scroll all the way down to the wood. And then we're going to, let's do a walnut. And then we'll do a walnut, a dark walnut color. Then we'll right mouse click and assign. Okay, there's our walnut. That looks pretty good. And we'll do the same there. Right mouse click, assign. Okay, now we're just going to let this, we're going to zoom. Let's go to zoom. We're going to do a dynamic. And then we're going to scale back a little bit. Let's select all and let's move this stuff down. Okay, now let's just let this go ahead and let it just catch up on the ray trace. It needs to go to 1,000 cycles, and right now it's only on about 100. So let's just let this catch up on the ray trace, and then we can create our photo. So this is how you would do a basic texture, or basic I guess you would call it a photo scene in Design Spark Mechanical. Is you would put your bottom on there, and then you would put your I guess you'd call that your wall. So you would create that. And now if you were doing this in a program like Moai, or you were doing it in Blender, or even in Rhino, like I'm doing in here, Rhino 7.0, you would actually create this stuff in the actual program, and then you would change your lighting. Moai and Rhino, all those programs in Blender, you could put multiple light sources on. You could change the intensity of the light source. You could change the intensity of the opacity of materials. So your stuff's going to actually look pretty good. So we'll go ahead and this is at 300. I'm just wondering if I should change this. No, actually, I think that looks pretty good. So we're gonna go ahead and leave it like this. I like that it has the reflection here. So I think 500 this is good enough. We don't need to wait till 1,000. So in order to do a screen capture, you want to hold down on your keyboard, or if you're working from a laptop, I guess that's the keyboard too. You want to do the Windows symbol, which is next to your Alt key, and then you want to do Windows symbol, Shift, and S as in Sam at the same time. So you want to hold down those three keys, and then you want to just kind of drag your picture out to what you think looks good. I'm going to center everything, go right to there. And then you want to come over here to your programs, open up Paint. You want to click in the middle there and do Control V as in Victor, and then you want to do your crop. Then you want to save as, do a save as, JPEG, and then just save it to the desktop. So this is going to be our final image here. I think it came out pretty good. I probably could have zoomed in a little bit more. And that's another thing you can do with the cameras in Blender, in Rhino, and in Moai 3, Moai, I think it's 3.0. They have settings for your camera angles or your camera millimeter. So you could change that to 200, that would be zoomed in. They have a macro setting that would be really zoomed in. And then if you wanted a super wide angle view of the world, you could have maybe a 12 millimeter wide angle. So so yeah, so you have basically a lot more. You're able to do a lot more things in those programs versus Design Spark Mechanical. Design Spark doesn't have a camera that I know of. It does. There isn't a way that you could put on multiple light sources, and there isn't a way to get the textures to look as nice as this. Design Spark Mechanical, you can apply textures to stuff, but the only problem is you're going to get like if you try to put a texture in this area here, and you copy a texture from the internet, you're going to get repeat patterns. And you can kind of try, it's kind of trial and error with Design Spark Mechanical, is you could adjust the texture, you could adjust it so it doesn't tile as much, but unless unless it's perfect and you actually figure out what the magic number is, you're going to have some kind of tiling. But in programs like Rhino 7.0, you don't have tiling, so you're going to basically just have a nice clean model. Okay, so that's going to end today's tutorial on how to actually take your STL files from Design Spark Mechanical, how to create a nice looking a scene or a nice looking model that you can add texture to, and you could add lighting and different reflections and that kind of stuff. This is really the type of stuff I like doing. Excuse me. I like doing stuff like this, so I'm going to try to add more videos as time permits. Okay, thank you for watching, and I hopefully enjoyed watching the video and you got some good tips out of this. And as always, thanks for watching.